Conference winds down and a deal over one-time airlines is struck. Good day to you. Different commissions are currently reporting back on issues discussed at the ANC's Mangaung elective conference in the Free State. The conference broke into commissions to discuss, among others, constitutional amendments, peace and stability, economic transformation, health and education. The conference will end later today. SAFm4pm reports.
One of the resolutions taken by ANC delegates is that the party needs to put in place mechanisms to avoid being taken to court by its branches. This follows recent court actions by disgruntled members of the ANC. The conference also endorsed the National Development Plan as a long-term economic vision for the country. It's also endorsed the recommendations that the state-owned mining companies be strengthened and that state-owned bank be established. On the issues of amending the Constitution, the ANC has rejected the June policy proposal to reduce the number of its NEC from 80 to 60. Delegates only want amendments on lower structures.
Low-cost airliner One Time will be rebranded into the Fastjet brand and its services sold through fastjet.com. This follows an announcement that London-based Fastjet had signed an agreement with One Time Holdings to buy or issued share capital in the defunct airline for R1. The option agreement will see Fastjet join the South African aviation market with an eye to operating domestic and regional flights. Avawe Nyamara is One Time's provisional liquidator.
In terms of the agreement between Fastjet and One Time Holdings, there has been a provisional agreement, but that agreement is subject to the different legislative approvals, to the different stakeholders. Certain conditions in the UK have to be met, certain conditions in South Africa have to be met in terms of the JSE, the Civil Aviation Authority, the Air Licensing Council, etc. So basically where we're at, we're confident we're in a position where we're going to get to a resolution very soon.
The Marikana Commission of Inquiry in Rustenburg in the northwest has heard that striking lawnman workers were allegedly run over by police in Yala armoured vehicles while trying to surrender. Legal representative for the miners, Lesego Musi, has made the allegations while cross-examining the head of Public Order Police Training, Brigadier SAFm4pm. The commission earlier heard that police armed with assault rifles continued to shoot at the miners while their hands were raised in surrender. A total of 34 people were killed. Mkhwanazi responded to questions by the chairperson, Judge Ian Farlam.
The question is being put to you is shooting a man who's injured lying on the ground, driving in a Nyala over him. That can't be minimum force, can it?
Cannot be that position really, but as I'm hearing from you now, I couldn't have that type of information before definitely coming here that such situation took place on that day, that people were actually shot while they were lying down helpless, and I haven't had a situation that the Nyalas were driving on top of them.
The commission is adjourned until January 21st next year when more witnesses will appear to testify. The Kruger National Park says residents coming to harvest Mopani worms at the park will be protected. The park will allow local communities to enter some of its sections to harvest the worms until next Friday. They'll be accompanied by rangers. Officials say this is part of plans to allow local communities greater access to some of the park's resources. Ranger Thomas Mbokota.
We are also looking for other resources which we can provide to the community, like for instance, marula fruits, so that they can prepare the marula beer in the community. But with that, we take into consideration the danger which faces the community, because the elephants also need those fruits. Or maybe, if possible, we will also consider the firewood.
A court in Thailand has ordered the extradition of an alleged mafia boss wanted in Italy. Vito Palazzolo is accused of being a leading member of the Sicilian mafia. Under Thai law, he's entitled to file an appeal within 30 days. He was sentenced in absentia by an Italian court in 2009 to 9 years in jail for association with the mafia and had been living in South Africa under a different name before traveling to Thailand. The top story, different commissions are currently reporting back on issues discussed at the ANC's Mangaung conference. The conference broke into commissions to discuss various issues.